Hey guys, so I decided that I wanted to do like a little like vlog type thing on my journey into what is going on with me. So I have started to have health issues and we don't know like what's going on. And I just started this journey. It's only been like 2 months. Technically since August, but I'm not going to count that because my symptoms didn't take off till like almost 2 months ago. But I just wanted to like record this just so like I can look back one day and be like, yep, that was the start of it. I don't know. My whole YouTube is about me looking back one day and looking back on the memories and all that stuff, the good and the bad, and be like, wow, I've come so far. But anyways, besides that point, I just wanted to do like a little like journey, what is going on. So I am going to like explain what has been going on and like what's been happening and where things like took a turn and everything. I started to have heart palpitations back in August, but they were like not often. They were just every once in a while that it wasn't concerning. I did research on what it could be and it was saying heart palpitations. I was like, okay, that's weird, whatever. Heart palpitations can't come from anxiety, and I've dealt with anxiety like my entire life, but I wasn't anxious back in August. So until one night, November 9th, I wasn't feeling good, and after I was starting to feel better, I had about like 5 or 6 heart palpitations in less than an hour. So at that moment I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having them like a bunch more, and that's kind of concerning. So the next day I started to write down the times and what I'm doing for my heart palpitations, and the next day I had like 6 of them in less than 40 minutes, and I was like, okay, this is getting whack. So ever since November 9th, I've had probably up to now like over 100. So 2 months, I've had like over 100, but less than 150. Not 100% sure, haven't counted, nor do I want to. I scheduled an appointment for November 22nd for my doctor. Well, I messaged my doctor first, then they called me, and I was explaining everything, and they wanted me to get in before, like, that week. So it was like the week of Thanksgiving. They're like, I want you to come in like the next 3 days. So I got scheduled for a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, November 22nd. We did tests. So I stayed at the doctor's for like an hour, and I got my blood drawn, and then I got another blood sent to a hospital to get my thyroid testing, and then I got an ECG done. All of that came back normal. None of it showed why I was having heart palpitations. And then on November 21st is when I started to get dizzy. It was happening at my second job at the gas station more into the evening. I can't explain it. The room was not spinning. So it was just there. Like, I can't explain it, but I was just dizzy. It was there. I was like, okay, like, whoa. And it wasn't like as bad, but it was noticeable. The last week in November, I was put on a heart monitor for 3 days to like, catch these heart palpitations. What is going on with my heart? If there's something going on with my heart. And of course, that whole week I had 0 heart palpitations. Yet that was like the most stressful week that I've had in a while, because my cat got sick, so I was thinking she was not gonna make it, which she's doing so much better, and I was like having a lot of anxiety. I've had panic attacks to the point where EMS had to come check me out, because I'm like thinking, is this I didn't even think I was a panic attack at first. Like, I thought my heart was going to like do something whack. So ended up being like panic attacks. But that whole week I had 0 heart palpitations. Yeah, it was so stressful. What did get caught on my heart monitor was a heart block, but it's only the 2nd degree type 1 AV block, which, if you know what that is, it is completely harmless. It's not causing my symptoms. So I started having more symptoms, like my hands. I will get so cold in a building, mind you, to the point where my hands will turn purple. Like, more like my knuckles, not like my full hands, but like my knuckles will like turn purple, because that's how cold I am, and I cannot warm up. Like, I at times would be wearing my winter jacket while I'm up at register at my second job because I am that cold and I cannot warm up. There's got to be some blood circulation issue that I am having because anxiety does not make your hands turn purple. Then I started to feel fatigued and shortness of breath. And then I started to have brain fog. So I'm just like, oh, what is happening? Like I keep having new symptoms and they keep getting worse. On Tuesday, I was dizzy. At times I would have shortness of breath, like I couldn't get enough air, and I was like I wasn't gasping for air, but I was like, you know, noticing like, okay, I'm not getting enough, like what is happening, like I feel like I'm not getting enough air in. And from 6:15 p.m. to like around 2 a.m. I had about 40 heart palpitations in those 8 hours. I was like, what is going on? And heart palpitations are usually harmless, but having a bunch of them is a bit concerning. At that point, like, my symptoms are getting so much worse. So the next day, I messaged my doctor and they called me because I said I was having more heart palpitations. I keep having shortness of breath. Like, I'm telling them like my new symptoms. And they called me and was like, I told them because I got scheduled to have an echo because that was my next step, to get an ultrasound of my heart. And I was scheduled for January 15th, and the nurse was like, but you're not scheduled to see a cardiologist? I'm like, no, I'm not, because I'm assuming I had to get the echo first, then talk with the cardiologist. And that's the case. So I called a place because she gave me a number to call to get set up with the cardiologist, and like the person that answered the phone was like, well, you got to get the echo first, and if you go to this hospital, which is only like a half an hour away, I can get you in as early as tomorrow. So I'm like, great, let's do that, because I'm getting concerned about my symptoms. And even though heart palpitations are harmless, having a bunch of them is probably not a good thing, and I can't just continue to ignore it in case it does end up being a big thing. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, I had my ultrasound on my heart. That went fine. Got my results back later that day. Everything came back normal. So right now, I'm just waiting for somebody to call me to get scheduled with the cardiologist. I was hoping they would call me on Friday so I could see the cardiologist this week, but that's not going to happen. And tomorrow's New Year's Day, so I 100% doubt that I'm not going to get called to schedule to see one tomorrow. So they're probably going to call me on Tuesday, and I'm hoping it can get in next week because my symptoms are getting worse. My dizziness has been so much worse. Like on Thursday, it was it was so bad. Like I was standing there helping a customer, and all of a sudden, like, I almost tipped over. Like I literally thought I was going to pass out. My symptoms do happen every day, but it all depends. Like today, I had a lot of heart palpitations, but my dizziness wasn't that bad. So it's like, if I'm not having one symptom, I'm having another. Or sometimes it'll all just hit me where I'm gonna, like, everything. Like, I'll have, like, a bunch of, like, heart palpitations. I'll be dizzy. I'll be shortness of breath. All that fun stuff. I also notice that when I'm doing the simplest activities, I get winded. Not all the time, but walking up the stairs will be one of them. I'll be, like, by the time I'm up at the top, I'll be, like, I will feel my heart. It feels like my heart's racing. I'm going to meet with the cardiologist, so hopefully in the next 2 weeks at least. That is that. And if you want to know what's going on with me, then you get to follow along with this journey with me, and we're going to figure this out piece by piece. And I won't have to do it alone, guys. You want to know why? Because Jesus, he's been there through it all my entire life since it began. I've been praying to him. I've been, like, praying these symptoms away because they're fatigued and dizziness are the ones that gets me. Like, I'm literally, today I came home, took a nap. Yesterday I took a nap. Friday I couldn't. Thursday I couldn't. But, like, I'll take a nap when I can because I'm just so dead and tired as soon as I wake up. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video when I meet with my cardiologist.